Assalamualaikum Wa Rahmatullah Wa barakatuhu. Welcome back to Learn Islam, and today I am going to be telling you about Isra-Wal-Mi'raj, which was known as the night journey. The thing is, before Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam's birth, his father died. When Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was just 6 years old, his mother also died, which meant that he was an orphan. Slowly, somebody else would look after him. One minute it was his grandfather, then his uncle. Slowly, the shift would change, as slowly, every single person that would look after him was dying as well. His own children were passing away before his death. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam had 7 children. Out of all 7 of them, 6 of them died before his death, and he had to bury them by himself. He was also mocked by being called Abdad, as when his second son passed away as well. When he started preaching Islam, many people mocked him and even were saying rude and evil things to him, even calling him dishonest, even though they knew that he was an honest person and a truthful person. His own uncle Abu Lahab and Abu Lahab's wife would cause problems for Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Even though they were the ones celebrating his birth, they now became one of the biggest and most bitter enemies of him as well. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam went through a tough life, and Allah knew the sorrow that he was going through. It is as if Allah even said to him that if no one wants you on earth, then come to paradise and I will show you your value and your place that you have in paradise as well. It is as if Allah was saying to him, I will show you your honor in heaven as well. When people mocked him by calling him Abdad, which means a man without any offspring, Allah sent down Surah Al-Kawthar to calm him down and make him feel better. When there was no revelation sent to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam for a long time, Allah sent down Surah Al-Duha to make him feel better as well. Allah was always there for Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and Allah always wanted to make him happy when he was in sorrow. There were other problems Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam would go through as well. For example, when nobody listened to him in Makkah, he went to Taif hoping that people could listen to him and accept Islam. But when he got there, instead of people accepting Islam and listening to him, they would gather stones and stone him. It injured him so badly that his whole body was red because of all the blood that was bleeding. His whole arms were bleeding, his body was bleeding, his legs were bleeding, every part of his body was bleeding. That's how badly they pelted him with the stones. And still, he worshipped Allah and prayed to Allah for help. Another thing is that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he would sleep, he didn't actually have a bed because of how poor he was. So he would sleep on a sharp mat on the floor. He would end up getting bruises and scratches on his arms and pain. There was so much pain that he would go through as well. And one day Umar saw him and started crying, thinking about all the Romans and the Persians, how much they have, and the fact that he has to sleep on a sharp mat every single night. Then his uncle Abu Talib, who was also the father of Ali anha, passed away. Abu Talib was the one that looked after Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam for the longest amount of time. Yeah, and this was very sad for him, and he was in so much sorrow. Then shortly after, Khadija anha also passed away in the same month. Then this caused Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam anger and distress. Another problem was that when no one was there to support Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, Abu Talib and Khadija anha were the ones that supported him. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam himself said about Khadija was that she believed in me when others disbelieved in me, and she confirmed me when other people contradicted me, and she shared her wealth with me while others disrupted me in my means of livelihood, and Allah gave me children from her, while it was not so in other cases. Because of all the sorrow Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam had been through, Allah wanted to meet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and give him a gift. So he took him on a miraculous journey, which is known as Mi'raj, or the night journey. That night, Jibreel alayhi salam descended from the heavens and went to the earth towards Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and cut his chest open. He took out his heart and cleaned it with Zamzam water. He cleaned all the anger and hatred that was in Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam's heart and put in Iman and Hikmah and Sabr, which is also patience, in his heart. After his heart was cleansed, Jibreel placed his heart back in his chest, woke him up, and he helped him mount a buraq. A buraq is like a horse, but it is bigger, but it is also smaller than a mule, and it has wings. And the thing about the buraq is that it is so fast that it reaches the destination it wants to go to within seconds. Within the blink of an eye, it's already left its place and gone to the destination it wants to go to. The Buraq took Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to the Masjid al-Aqsa in Palestine, which was built by Hazrat Sulaiman alayhi salam. In the Masjid al-Aqsa, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam led a prayer, and behind him was every single past prophet. Every prophet that has walked on earth was standing behind Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam while he was there leading the prayer. This is also a reason why Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was given the name Imam al-Anbiya, which means leader of all the prophets. After reading the prayer, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam was taken again by Jibreel to Mount the Buraq, and that is when they headed towards the heavens to meet Allah. There are actually 7 heavens, and when Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam reached the first heaven, there was a gate with angels guarding it. They had to ask for permission to see if Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam could go through and make sure that Allah actually wanted to see him. When they found out that Allah invited Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam to meet him, they opened up the gate, and every single angel there greeted Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam with salam. Each and every angel greeted Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam with a smile. But then Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam saw two angels which confused him. One was Angel Malik, and the other was Angel Israfil. When Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam asked Angel Jibreel, "Who is this angel?" Angel Jibreel said, "It is Angel Malik," and that the reason he isn't smiling is because he is the leader and the gate and the god of hellfire. And since hellfire was created, he hasn't ever smiled. The reason that this was strange for Muhammad ﷺ is that every single angel was smiling except for Malik. And that was because since the hellfire was created, Malik never ever smiled after. The second angel he found strange was Angel Israfil alayhi salam. And the reason for this was because he had a trumpet in his mouth. Now, as the majority of people know, Angel Israfil will be the one to blow the trumpet on the Day of Judgment. And that very trumpet that he is going to blow on the Day of Judgment was in his mouth then, and still is, since the last 1,400 years, and even longer. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam asked Angel Jibreel, "Who is this angel?" He said, "This is Angel Israfil, and he's got that trumpet in his mouth for the time when the hour comes, and he will blow that trumpet." It's for example, Allah will just give him that signal, and that's it. He's there waiting the whole time. And the very second Allah just gives that small signal, that's it. He's going to blow that trumpet. And to this day, he's still waiting there with that trumpet in his mouth. While going past each heaven, he also met another prophet face to face as well. In the first heaven, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam met Adam alayhi salam. In the second heaven, he met Isa and Yahya alayhi salam. In the third heaven, he met Yusuf alayhi salam. In the fourth heaven, he met Idris alayhi salam. In the fifth, he met Harun alayhi salam. In the sixth heaven, he met Musa alayhi salam. And in the final heaven, he met Ibrahim alayhi salam. Then, Jibreel alayhi salam took Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam towards the lote tree, which is also known as Sidra-al-Muntaha. This lote tree is very important as that is the furthest every angel can go. The thing is, when an angel is in the heavens, he can only meet Allah once in his lifetime, and that is near the lote tree. Once he's met Allah, he can never ever meet Allah again face to face, and he can never ever pass that lote tree again. Since Jibreel has already passed that lote tree once and met Allah, he cannot go past. So he told Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam that he has to go there alone now. Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam met Allah, and he's also given a gift. The first gift he was given was the last 2 ayats of Surah Al-Baqarah. Then he was given the gift of prayer. Now this gift was that he had to pray 50 times a day, and the rest of the ummah also had to pray 50 times a day. Now, Muhammad ﷺ accepted this, and he gave his thanks to Allah and was heading back down towards the earth until Musa alayhi salam stopped Muhammad ﷺ and told him that 50 praises a day is too much for the Ummah. So he told him to go back to Allah and ask him to shorten the prayer. So then Muhammad ﷺ went, he shortened it to 45. Slowly, he went there again and again and again until it's been 9 times he's gone back and he's gone down to 5. And still, Musa alayhi salam told Muhammad ﷺ to shorten it again. But Muhammad ﷺ replied saying no, and that he is embarrassed to go in front of Allah like that. When Muhammad ﷺ reached the earth, and the next morning he started telling everyone about it, no one believed him. Everybody thought it was just a made-up story and that he was lying, like no one else believed in the first place. They would say that he's a liar and that he's dishonest and that it's impossible for him to just go and randomly meet God. But then, when the people asked Abu Bakr anha about this, Abu Bakr, without hesitation, he said, if Muhammad said this, then it is true. That he didn't have to go to Muhammad to ask him. He instantly believed it as Muhammad said it. And because of this, Muhammad gave him the name As-Sadiq, which means the testifier of truth. And right from the get-go, once the gift of prayer was given 5 times a day, Muhammad would pray non-stop. Even one of the Prophet Muhammad's wives said to him that you've just been given the gift of prayer and that he should slow down a bit. But Muhammad said that the angel Israfil is there waiting for the moment that he blows that trumpet. How can I wait and just take it easy? This is why we all must try and pray as much as we can as well, even the first prayers and extra prayers too, including the Sunnah and Nafil. This is the incredible story of Isra-Wal-Mi'raj which happened, and it is only happening in a few days now. It is also recommended that we were to fast on that day as well. I hope you've learned from this video. Allah Hafiz.